Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 2. Okay. Castle 15 miles northwest, Patrick's Tower 90 miles to the west. Okay. Me and a group of merchants who travel along this remote length of road and deal with passers-by. It's a strange sort of living. Doesn't seem like it would do well out here, but they seem to be prosperous. Should move on. Okay. Darman 120 miles northwest, Patrick's Tower 70 miles west. You find a small collection of farms ringed by a large barricade. The farmers, once they see you friendly, welcome you in for a talk and large mugs of harsh mushroom ale. The mushroom fields are, as expected, sparse and unproductive. For some reason, mushrooms simply don't grow as well in the Great Cave. In fact, there's very few beneficial plants that flourish here. A lot of food needs to be brought in from towns in other caves. You see, a small, relatively new settlement has sprung up by this lake. Seems to be having some success growing mushrooms. It's not well defended though. If they're not careful, an Empire patrol will wipe them out. Wishing pool. Okay. You find a small peaceful pool. A sign nearby reads wishing pool. You see coins glittering below the surface of the pool. Throw in a few coins. Find a few coins and make a wish. Nothing happens. Oh well. You meet a platoon of Avernum soldiers, keeping careful eye out over the watchtower for any Empire troops that might dare raid the Great Cave. You greet you briefly and then come back to their post. Okay. There are several hills circling the castle, and each has been equipped with a watchtower. That's how to scan the Great Cave miles around, so watching for anything that seems amiss. find a settlement of weary and battered farmers spending their time raising their feeble crops. They came here because this area is safest for Empire raids. Unfortunately, their mushrooms grow very poorly here. To the north, you see to the north the remote lake. It's a broad body of brackish water, no boats sailed on it. There's nothing on the other side but sheer limestone. Still, it's a pretty sight. Camp Samuels, okay. Castle 10 miles east, Blosk 60 miles west. Wild Forest Preserve, logging and hunting forbidden by royal decree. You poke your nose around one hill too many. This particular hill has a headstone of Empire troops in it, preparing for a new raid. Angered at being found, they attack. They have 2 giants with them, no doubt there to handle the heavy work. They're horrible creatures. Their skin looks like melted wax and metal plates have been attached to their bodies. Whoa! Yep, no. You ever get the feeling you're out of your depth? Let's go to Camp Samuels. Camp Toolsmith, Camp Kitchen. A young red-haired man with long nimble fingers works behind the counter bending away. He seems to be making a lockpick of some sort. He nods at you when you enter. I'm Falk. There's lots of mixed equipment around the workshop. What sort of work do you do? Well, they need tools around here. Need them for training, need them for the castle, need them everywhere. So they brought in a tool maker. What sorts of tools can you make? They brought me in to make tools. You know, hammers and shovels, stuff like that. Set me up here. Near beautiful enough to the castle to be useful. He holds a lot of beautiful pick in it. That's one nice pick. I often complained how hard it was to get fine locksmithing tools down here, so I started making them. Look, I'll make a deal with you. What sort of deal? Most of my tools are boring. Cutting knives, hammers, screwdrivers, intricate things. I can't sell those. The army needs them too much. But my lockpicks are a work of art and there ain't much call for them. So if you want to buy something, you can. Can I purchase anything from you? Magic lockpicks. Can't afford them, but they've lots of equipment here. Of course, when you shop for me, you can also sell me your supplies. Anything identified, of course. Can you identify items? I can try. Just seen about anything once. For a few coins, I'll see if I can figure out what your mysterious items are. 10 coins, say. Thank you for talking to me. The camp also boasts a huge and well-built forge. A large and well-built forge. In the corner is an anvil and white-hot fire, sufficient to work steel weapons. This is a rare thing in Avernum. Steel is usually only worked at Darman and Fort Draco. You meet a man with harsh features and the blackest hair you've ever seen. Long onyx sheets of it reaching halfway down his back. He is sharpening a rapier, and purple sparks fly from the blade as he runs his stone down it. He nods. My name's Ray. You're not a recruit. I'm the smith here. They wanted someone making weapons near the castle, someone really good, so they got me. I work steel. A steelsmith must be hard to find. It's hard to work the stuff down here. I'm one of the few that has the skill and the equipment to do it. Plus, what's better, I know some magic. What sort of magic? He mutters a few words and the steel of the rapier blade begins to glow red hot. Starts running the stone down it again. I can make a weapon sharper than anything you've ever seen. If you want to buy a truly fine blade, let me know. You would sell us an enchanted blade. Doesn't the government take them all? I know of you. I know what you did in Venati lands, what you're doing for Avernum. I see great things in you. I want to help you as best as I can. We would like to purchase such a blade. So I got blessed. But they're way too expensive for me. But that's fine. Obstacle course. Really? There's a small obstacle course back here used to train the soldiers. You never used it during your training. The trainees here are forced to go through it again and again until their feet are blistered and raw. You use a rope suspended from the tree to swing over the water. Complete the obstacle. It was quick, a satisfying jaunt. Barracks. This is an intensely cramped barracks. The floor is covered with uncomfortable-looking pallets, and there are 2 rusty lockers in the back. It's just the right level of discomfort to churn out soldiers strong enough to fight the Empire. The castle, capital of Avernum, is surrounded by a huge stone wall assembled by muscle and magic. This wall is the largest humanoid-made structure in Avernum. You pass through a gate in the middle, well guarded by armed and armoured troops. The guards have massive halberds and polished plate armour of a quality rare in Avernum. However, their eyes betray a great weariness. Things haven't been going well lately. You move past them quickly. The main approach to and from the castle is a steep, narrow stretch of ground, flanked by either side by steep slopes and mounds of jagged rocks. From this approach you have a good view of the mighty structure that is the castle. Along the way you pass several large groups of Avernum's fighting troops guarding the path. Each questions and inspects you as the path, ready to kill or die to keep a spy from entering or leaving Avernum's capital. Finally winded, you approach the end of the path. She is a very tall, thin woman pacing about. She carries several large parchment maps about and occasionally stops and spreads one out on the floor to look at it. My name is Lorraine. Seem very interested in maps. Oh, it's a terrible job. With the barriers and the cave crates and a new set and spring out over here, how am I supposed to keep track of everything? I'm so behind and there's so much I need to know. Like what? Maybe we could help. Well, there's actually a way you can help me. There's supposedly a new town to the north near Empire Lands. It's called Harston. However, we have no idea where it is. If you could tell me where it's located and what it's like, it'd be a huge help. Harston. Okay. This long winding passage ends in a short dimly lit corridor. There's a lot of dust and little patches of mould are growing at the base of the walls. People don't come back here much. Storeroom. This dusty room is packed ceiling high with dressed blocks of stone, cement and other building materials. These supplies are here so that any damaged walls can be quickly repaired. Hall of Records. Apply for clearance here. You've rarely seen this much paper in one place in Avernum. There's stacks of it, all covered with tightly written lists, records and other bureaucratic debris. A happy woman with brown frizzy hair sits behind the counter, blissfully shuffling forms back and forth, adding numbers and doing other bureaucratic things. She stands, shakes your hand. I'm Radna, head record keeper, here for higher clearance. Lots of information here. How can you keep track of it all? It's easy. In fact, we could use more. If you've on a daring raid to some Empire fortress and you stumble across some of their records, bring them here and I'll pay you. It'll be a big help in my work. What sort of records are kept here? Oh, you wouldn't find most of it very interesting. Someone has to deal with all the information. Someone has to keep all the information straight. Of course, I have to deal with adventurers. You're in luck. We are adventurers. Yes, I'm generally in charge of evaluating, rewarding security clearance. If you feel you need a new clearance, come and see me. Tell her your names. Q-Tex, I see. And do you formally request a higher security clearance? We formally request a higher security clearance. Your hands your paper. Fill out these forms, please, and then I'll check your records. Fill out forms, see what happens. Radna lurches to the counter and sums up a flurry of paperwork. After a few minutes, she pops in from a cloud of airborne scrolls and hands you a small certificate. You are now of Magi clearance. Congratulations. That's all for now. Yay! Thank you all. Slip into one of the cells where the Empire prisoners are brought for intensive question. The Avernite hatred and the fear of the Empire of his army is all-consuming. The prisoners here are given no mercy. A powerful man lies rigid on the floor. A blue field engulfs him from the neck down. It doesn't take long to figure out the field is holding him paralysed. A man whimpers and stares at you in terror. I am Levitt. Levitt, I'll tell you all. Why have you been restrained? She turned his head around weakly, took a look. The rest of his body held utterly still. His voice is in terror. Please, please, I've told you everything I know. Refresh my memory. He whimpers. I was just a foot soldier. It was join them or they killed me. They blasted the abyss. I didn't want to die. They have lots of troops, but they never told me anything. I only know their mission. Go on. Tears slide down his face. It's a perfect fight. They're going to do to Avernum what they did to the abyss. Giants, stiffs, Nephil, humans, everyone. They're going to kill you all. Nothing more, nothing less. Now release me. Please let me go. Even if you wanted to, you don't know how. Thank you for talking to me. Royal Temple. You meet a small, delicate-featured woman with a sweet smile. She wears snow-white robes and radiates a constant, unmistakable power. A gold ankh hangs from her neck. My name is Kristen. Welcome. Who are you? I'm an Avernite, the last Avernite. I came down here on my own after the Empire stopped sending people down because I realised you were on the side of justice. Why do you feel so passionate about seeing justice done for Avernum? I fought for the Empire once. Shames me to admit it. I even sent those like you down here, but redemption is always possible, and is never as hard as it seems. My mission is to atone. So, just before the last Avernum portal was shut down, I snuck through. How can you atone? I can provide healing for you. I can also teach you spells, which the Empire doesn't want you to have. Alas, I must ask a fee for my help. Worry not, the tithe will go to the needy and to the good fight. Can we buy some spells? Ooh. Nice. But we don't have the money for that. Guest quarters. Just rest for a few hours. There is a marble pedestal here. On the pedestal is a fixed velvet, so everything is covered with dust. The pillow still has a depression where the legendary orb of Vane rested. It's gone now. Okay. This is the chamber of the Avernum Council. The mayors of the 6, now 5, great cities of Avernum and their aides come here to meet. It's a solemn place. It's also dusty. The council has been able to come together for some time. They've been too busy. You find a report written by someone named Curtin describing the massive teleporter. The portal in the Tower of Magi is functional, and early tests have been very promising. The user chants 3 brief words and enters. Then, depending on the words said, the portal sends the user somewhere, but within about 1,000 miles. Fortunately, much energy is expended, so a large number of troops can't be sent. Still, a small, dedicated group of infiltrators could do considerable harm using this device. Mage chambers, mage clearance needed. Luckily we just got that. You need a high security clearance to enter here. Fortunately you have it. Then guard nods and raps on the door. His knuckles, you hear it click from inside. This is a room for meditation. Mages can sit on thick rugs arranged in a circle around a brazier of burning incense. Hailing the smoke makes you feel pleasantly lightheaded. You shake your head to clear it before you start to feel too comfortable. A woman with long dark hair and severe features sits staring at the brazier before her. When she sees you, she smiles and motions for you to sit with her. You ask her name. I am called Curtin. Thank you. What are you doing? Well, this is where I come to rest. The rest of the time I perform research on teleportation. Learn anything interesting? It's a difficult but powerful field. Some of my work is on the shelves in the banquet hall. What's more, and she beams with pride as she says it, I helped work on the portal. Which portal? The portal in the Tower of Magi. The one that enables you to flash to anywhere in Avernum if they but know the right coordinates. How does the coordinate system work? Before entering the portal, you say three three-letter words, which tell the portal where to send you. They are difficult to find, but very useful. I found 2 interesting sets of them, for the castle and for Erica's tower. Would you mind telling them to me? The coordinates for the castle are Ain F. Wicks. That was a week of work. Trying to find the way to Erica's tower was an accident. We were trying to find a route to near Solberg's tower. Coordinates are on the pylon near there. Be careful not to tell people these coordinates. The portal would be dangerous in the wrong hands. You don't remember what Erica's coordinates were? They've slipped my mind sadly, but Solberg's tower is not far from Formello. It really is near there. You'll need a boat to get there though. Thank you for your time. So, kind of gathered, but yeah. Kind of gathered what those they were some sort of cold teleport thing. Can't get in there. The walls walls in this room are lined with lead and covered with small intricate runes. This room must be for summoning. Very dangerous. You also notice that the architecture is designed to mimic the Vane style. Must have been decorated very recently. There is an ancient wooden putt about this room. He has paper thin skin and thin wispy white hair. You recognise this man. He is Rowan, one of the original prisoners of Avernum. He was a very powerful magician once. Excuse me, are you Rowan, the royal wizard? He shakes his head as if to clear of your interruption. Yes, yes. Can't you see I'm busy mulling? Mulling about what? I concentrate on bringing aid to Avernum magically. It's hard to concentrate and you help not. Turns his back to you. Okay. Guard steps away. Stop, you need crown clearance to come in here. You don't have it. Go and see Gilda if you think you should. Until then, King Micah doesn't have time for the likes of you. Okay. I've just got major clearance, so I'll get crown clearance, but let's have a look. She's gone a wandering. There she is. Where are you wandering? What are the maps for? Oh, those are the maps. She disappeared. There's an enormous barracks. There's enough room here for the whole regiment and King Micah's finest soldiers. Many of the beds look unused, however. The troops are probably out on manoeuvres. At least that's what you hope. Okay. Going to leave it there. This has been Vane doing Let's Play Avernum 2. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.